All right. We good? Hmm. All right. We will get started here in a second. We got a major delay, probably because it's just really busy. But we're gonna go live here shortly. All right. Looks like it's actually working on my mobile, but for some reason my PC is getting stuck. Okay. Might have something here. I think it's moving now. All right, good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and let's kick off to in 2023. All right. If you can see me and I can see you and it's in real time, then that's what's up. All right. Okay, I think I got it now. Yeah, it's good to go. Excellent. Man, there was a big delay. That's weird. Okay. All right. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something interesting. If you want to join me on the Zoom, I'm going to go ahead and post that link up just in case you want to join me on the Zoom. How about that? We're gonna make this cool. We're gonna make it easy for everybody. All right, let's drop it here. Got a link. All right, I got the link. I'm gonna post it right here. All right. So totally up to you. If you want to use the chat, jump on the chat. If you hear something crazy, or if you wanted more information about something, or if you just got some comments, hey, feel free. This is what we're doing. This is 2023. I'm just going to go live here for a few minutes and talk to you guys. Maybe just give you some insight to some things that I may not have talked about before, or you may not know. In addition to that, I may talk about things that you do know. But the first thing I want to say is, hey, welcome to 2023. We made it. And that right there says something about who you are, who we are, as people in this universe. And it does speak to the fact that we are here to accomplish something, right? If you don't know what your purpose is, if you don't have a clue of what your mission in life is, if you think that you've done it all, then your life probably is over. But if you know that there's more for you to do, more for you to accomplish, if you know that there's more that you feel like you should be doing, then know that you are here for a reason, and you have been given another opportunity to attain that level, a purpose that you seek. I truly believe that that's what we're here to do, is figure out our purpose, and then we need to jump on that purpose, right? So that's essential. That is absolutely essential for all of us. Welcome, Willis. Come on in. Like I said, we're going to have a good time today. We're just going to have a conversation. Now, I may mute you, but at the end of the day, hey, if you want to type something in, if you want to, say some things, that's cool. My volume is down pretty much to the bottom because when I'm on YouTube, it does come through the speakers. So if I don't respond, please forgive me. Charge it to my head, not to my heart, or really charge it to the technology. But yeah, just type something in the chat if you want to. If you want to, say something. It's all good. All right, but I will give you a chance to, hey, chat with me. No problem at all. So look, guys, hey, Willis has just popped in. Look, anybody that wants to jump on, you have the freedom to do so. But I'm gonna get into some really interesting things here, because what I want to do today, I just want to talk about what's been happening in 2022. How do we get to where we are? And did I accomplish what I sought and set out to accomplish from the beginning? Right. A lot of you know that, my YouTube channel is Rashid Next Level. I do have another channel called Rashid CEO. And me and my son, we're working on some projects. Actually, he loves to record videos. I guess that's kind of running through the blood. But at the end of the day, I felt like, you know what, let's channel that. So I'm going to use that other channel for him. But for anybody that's been watching me, you probably have some background on what I do and the things that I post and all that. But let me just announce to the people that may not know and the ones that, are on, because I appreciate anybody that pops on. I can't see names or anything like that. So I have no idea who's on except Willis. So let's let you know, Coach Rashid, that's literally, I am a certified coach. I went through a Tony Robbins program a few years back, and I've been able to really get into personal development, professional development, and personal finance, and really start to focus on crypto and things associated with blockchain. Now Web 3.0. We're talking about a lot of the things that carry us through into the fourth industrial revolution and beyond. Some of us will not even know that we're in the fourth industrial revolution because some people have not kept up. Right. So when you start to think back, when you have conversation with people and you talk about the rotary dial, right? Some people don't even know what a rotary dial phone is. Why? Because it was in a different era. It was in a different time. And that time was some revolution, right? So we're in the fourth industrial revolution, which came about around 1976, and it's still going on. Now, about a year ago, I created a paper called The Fifth Digital Reaction, because I wanted to be able to help people understand how do we maneuver within this particular revolution in order to get to the next evolution, right? And so there are ways that we have to operate. One, you have to get educated on blockchain technology. That is essential. Blockchain technology has come in and it is not going away. There's so many variations of blockchain technology. So those are the type of things that are on my channel. Those are the type of things that I talk about. I have a blog, I have a vlog, I have an actual broadcast called Blockchain Speaks, because I want to educate people on blockchain, right? It's very important. So, and if you've heard of blockchain, you probably have heard of cryptocurrency. If you've heard of cryptocurrency, you probably heard of Bitcoin, right? And so a lot of people can say they heard of Bitcoin, but they don't understand what blockchain is. So those are some of the things that we have to connect those dots, or we're going to get left out, point blank, period. And so if you don't understand where you are, you're not going to understand where you're going, and you're definitely not going to know how you're going to get there. Okay. And so these are the type of things that you'll find me speaking about on my channel. More importantly, when we get into personal finance is centered around how do we create wealth for ourselves in an alternative, but legit, legal, absolutely above board type of way, right? Many people understand how to make money the wrong way. I'm talking about how to make money the right way, but alternative to mainstream or traditional ways that most people go about it. A funny thing, throughout the year, I do presentations all the time, right? I talk about personal finance. I talk about specific programs that I'm involved in, where I invest my money, from stocks to crypto to Forex, and there's so many more, right? So anyway, we just saw somebody decided that they wanted to click on the Zoom link, and then they decided to run away. I don't know what goes on. Just kind of funny to me that it's clear that this is the channel. These are the videos. So you know what the channel is about. You know who I am, because that's why I've been doing this for years. And then you click on it and you disappear. That's I haven't seen it all, but I can say I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. right? And so one of the things that happens when you go live, it is a free fall. And you have to be able to take some of those licks. I don't shut down the chat. I let people say whatever they want, because that's their prerogative. And I'm not thin-skinned at all. I can take it. Been doing this a very long time. And one of the things to be secure in your financial journey, then when I'm talking about professional development for careers, for jobs, for these type of things, that's one thing. When I'm talking about personal development or personal finance, and I'm talking about, hey, here's a program, here's something that I'm involved with, here's something that I'm doing. Guess what? Over time, when that consistency is still there, then no matter what comes at me, because of the lack of education on most people's parts, because they may listen to people that don't have a clue of what they're talking about, or they're listening to a mechanic that's telling them how to make money. Well, it's a different world. If you want to understand how to make money, then you have to listen to people that make money. If you want to understand how to ride a bike, you listen to people that ride bikes. If you want to make YouTube videos, then, well, welcome to the show. So these are some of the things that, I just like to remind people that, look, been doing this for a while. Like I said, I don't know who's exactly on unless you announce yourself. So that's why the conversation is just really, let's have a chat. Right. I don't have a format. I just have a little bit of information that I'm going to put out to you to talk about 2022. This is where we were. This is what I said at the beginning of 2022. And here's some things that happened throughout the year. And guess what? Now I'm going to talk about some things that's coming. This is not my official 2023 video. That one will be actually more structured. I will actually take the time to have an outline and actually put that information into a formatted video, because I want you to make sure that you're getting the right information throughout. This one is just really off the chain. Let's talk. Give me some feedback. Talk to me. What's on your mind? Have you watched me before? Are you new to the channel? Is this, you just going through and you saw somebody doing a live and you just wanted to pop on and see what's up? Hey, talk to me. Let me know. This is open forum here, right? So for those that know that I do have an actual channel, then I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna see if I can find my channel wherever it is. I think it's here somewhere. Well, give me a second. I will find my channel, because I do want you to see that I have a channel. Oh, okay, there it is. All right. And I want you to know that if you haven't went through it, if you are new, then this is really what I do. And I'm gonna see if I can take it all the way back to when I first started. And if I can do that, then that'll give you a lot more insight to the conversation, right? Why I'm here. Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Right. So this is my channel, Rashid Next Level. So for one, I've been on Telegram a long time, and Telegram is notorious for impersonators and imposters of sorts. And so I think that leaks into all of social media. You never know who you're dealing with sometimes, right? So you have people out there. Hey, Willis, yes. Uh-oh, let me turn the volume up so I can hear you.
Hey, can you hear me?
There we go. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just, when you got a chance to get around to talking, I wanted to just ask a question or two. I didn't want to interrupt you though. I'm just driving right now, so in case I lost my signal, I'm going from Detroit to Alabama.
Oh, but, wow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I just want to let you know that when you do get a chance to interact, I wanted to ask you a couple questions.
Okay. I will definitely do that. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce a couple of things, and then yes, I will definitely let you know. Appreciate you. All right, let me go. All right, let me see something right quick. I don't, you know what, the problem I have is I haven't figured out this piece. On when I go live and I do connect from Zoom into YouTube, it pops up on my screen exactly where I'm doing my Zoom. and it actually comes through my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna try my best to. I'm gonna see if I can turn that off some kind of way, because I hear myself speaking. That's what's kind of crazy, and it's about a 5-minute delay. It's weird. So give me a second and let me see if I can shut that off some kind of way. It's very weird to experience that. All right, I got an idea. I'm gonna put. There we go. Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Yeah. No, I just. I was trying to put. I was trying to mute that one, and it's not letting me do that. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and shut that down a little bit, and we're gonna keep it moving. But when I get ready to, like I said, take questions, and then maybe I'll be able to do that again. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Oh man, not sure why that's doing that. Strange. All right, let's go to. Let me get the volume down because that is a little loud. All right, so yeah, here we are. Hopefully, hopefully that wasn't too weird. But anyway, hey, look, for everybody that's checking it out, this is my YouTube channel. And on my YouTube channel, if you haven't been here, I don't think I've ever done this. I think about, making sure people know that that's my channel. And a lot of times some people will see some of the videos, but not really connect the dots. I have some part 1s and part 2 videos as well. And sometimes you'll get one, but at the end of the video, it always, gives you the option to click on that next video, because there's, like I said, a part 1, part 2, there's a continuation of sorts. And a lot of times I have people asking me questions about a program when I'm like, well, did you watch part 2? And so so this is another way that I can kind of make sure people are, getting the right information and getting the whole information. So let me go through this, and just so you can kind of get an idea. This is my 2022, literally, because I put everything in video. Like some of the other YouTubers say, this is my journey of sorts. And I don't say that all the time, because this doesn't define me, so to speak, and as far as my life journey. This is just a fraction of my journey. I have so much more that I don't obviously put out into the public. So what I do want to say is, if you decide to, which I would appreciate it if you, definitely subscribe to my channel. And so then you can kind of get to know me a little better. There are so many people out there, and I say this, and you'll see it on my latest video. I have a video that I'm editing right now, and I'm going to post it up from a presentation I did yesterday that I do weekly. And the people were very, very gracious on there. And many people, they continue to remind me that the reason why they subscribe, the reason why they, watch the videos that I put out there, and, it got the notification bell, and they talk to me about this, right? And they say, because you're different from the others in this space. You're different from the others that do YouTube videos when it comes to talking about different programs and projects that we have the ability to invest in, or deposit in, or participate in a crypto type program. And I have intentionally worked very, very hard on how I deliver my information. And so it's just really nice for people that I don't know to acknowledge that, because there are a lot of people out there. A lot of people have way more followers than I do, and been in this game maybe shorter. There are people that have, thousands. I'm talking maybe 18 to 20,000 plus, subscribers, that used to be following me on YouTube. So it's very, very interesting. But I this is, like I said, this is just a fraction of my journey. This is not my whole journey. And so I do not put everything into my videos, and I won't do one every single day. 3 or 4 days in a row, then I take a break and go live, right? And then I'll come back and do some more. So So yeah, you may miss a few things. I may miss a few things. But at the end of the day, when I do deliver, you'll see I have an hour-long video that I put up. And it's crazy because, the YouTube algorithms and the people that know content, makers out there that have a breadth and a depth of knowledge in this space, as far as, making videos and posting up content, they tell you that, an hour-long video, that's just way too much. The algorithms aren't going to like that. Well, I got videos that are 57 minutes, some over 60 minutes. And I have 192 views in one day. In 2 days, I got, maybe 300 and something views. And so I may not have the 20,000 views, but I only have 3,000 members. I have a video there, about 3 weeks ago, over an hour. Another one that's 42 minutes. I got over 500 views, which is exciting, right? 335 views. So I don't worry about that. Like I said, I try my best to follow some of those guidelines, but it's not really, like I said, it's just not in stone. It's in stone somewhere that you have to do a 15-minute video. You have to do, a 10-minute video. You have to do 8 minutes and 1 second. It's nice if you're going to do a lot of videos. I don't do videos every day now, but this is my channel. Hopefully this is kind of give you an idea of, here's some of the things that, I talk about, some of the things that, I announce, and I try to educate people on this space. And one of the major things you'll see consistently is a program that I'm going to talk about here in a few seconds, that I, talk about every week. And I make sure I get a video up and make sure people can keep up with, the new things that are coming and what's happening and all that good stuff. And additionally, I talk about crypto exits, what's coming and what's going. So I don't only talk about the things that are working really well. I talk about the ones that have, decided to leave us hanging. And so that information is there as well. Now that's very valuable because a lot of people maybe don't watch videos every day, or you may not, get notifications of my videos when they come out. And so you won't see if I talk about one that's gone, or you won't see when somebody else talks about one that's gone, and you may be invested in something that may not be taking investments and definitely may not be giving withdrawals anymore. So that's why I actually will, collect some videos that I know about, some opportunities that may have come and gone. And I do a separate video just about those. Now, I'm going to tell you what's interesting about it. In 2022, the beginning of 2022, I basically had a mission that I was delivering to my audience. And I'm going to tell you what that was. What I told my audience, and I'll show you this in a minute because I wore the same shirt. It's very cool, huh? I actually said, I am here to reduce your risk and increase your profits. That's what 2022 was all about. Now, you're probably saying every year should be about that. Well, it is, but that was my focus, finding the best programs to where here's a strategy, because I can't guarantee you anything, but here's a strategy that if you get in and get out, or if you get in and you can roll with this, I've created what I call risk tolerance app. It's still being, developed as far as getting it uploaded and all that kind of stuff. But I have, storyboarded the thing out. I know exactly what I'm looking for, and I know exactly what makes sense, what works. Now, the difference is everybody has a different kind of way of looking at how they want to invest their money, right? And so I wholeheartedly remind people that I don't say it in every video, but I do remind people that I'm not giving you, financial advice or investment advice. But what I'm telling you is this is what I've done in order to make sure that I don't fall into that problem again. Whereas if there is a problem with that company, which there's a few of them right now that are having challenges, but here's the difference. You put money in, and as long as you're getting that amount out, everything else is extra, right? And so I want to be able to, and in This year, I have a whole new motto that I'm going to talk about as well. But I want people to understand, and I talked about this on a previous video as well. Repetition is the mother of skill. And so you want people to understand the loss is when you don't gain anything from your deposit, right? If you put in $500 and you lose $500, that's the problem. If you put in $500 and you gain your $500 back, you at least break even. And then if it goes away, it goes away. Now you want to make money, but at the end of the day, you didn't lose anything. And then you obviously have the profit side of it. Whereas you put 500 in and you get 1,000 back, that means that you've doubled your money, right? So you have gained an additional $500. That right there is the optimum, is to gain more than you put in. In 2022, the first 2 or 3 months was a carryover from 2021, and there was some challenges there. But like I said, I really took note of everything that was going on, and I was like, I'm not going to put myself or anybody in my community in this position again. And that's what happened. And so right around, I think around March, April timeframe, I started to see that a pattern was emerging for me. And in a lot of my community, when you get burnt a few times, you don't know how to recover. And if you're not following a process, then you fall into the same rut. And a lot of people did that because they opted to go on their own way. And now a lot of those people follow other, influencers and YouTubers and social media people that may be doing well because of their position, but you as the person following them don't have a strategy in order to make sure that you are on par with the wins versus that person's winning and you're just following that person. It's not the way to go, right? So that's why I have separate groups where I offer opportunities to here's strategy, here's how I do it, here's how I stay out of the red. And I want to make sure I am absolutely committed. And I told my inner circle, for the lack of a better term, my inner circle, my PIP group, that's what we're doing. Like, we're going to stay on the course, because for the last 6 to 8 months, it has been so beautiful. I have accomplished what I set out to do, and I will continue to do that. Okay. So here's a couple of things that I'm going to highlight, and then we're going to get into, like I said, some conversation. One of the channels that, and this is something I want to highlight because a lot of people don't know that I have literally channels that I send people to, depending on the program that they decide to jump on with me. This one I had for a long time. I've adjusted it accordingly over time, but it is one of the main hubs for key programs that I support. The game has changed, point blank, period. PIP, PIP, that one has evolved, but what I think is going to be the standard for PIP, because I do have a PIP formula. Like I said, we call it strategy, you call it model, whatever you want to call it. I call it a formula because that's what it is. It's what I call passive and progressive income programs, right? Passive and progressive, right? Those are the two things. Before, I didn't have the progressive side, but when I joined a private group and I saw how to continue to grow, it's totally passive, but you can create additional wealth with that program. And I said, wow, takes a little action. So I call that progressive. So you can progressively grow your passive income. That's why I call it the PIP formula: passive, progressive income programs, right? Okay. So that's what I love doing, that, because a lot of people are benefiting, from that. A lot of people just chose not to. That they started with me in 2020, rolled over some in 2021. I started to accelerate because I didn't quit, had no choice. I'm going to make it. And by the end of 2022, life is amazing. So very blessed indeed. And I'm looking to help everybody that is willing to step into this ring. So there are some special projects. I normally just put 2 of my main projects on this page, and then give you a little information about it. You can easily just click on that and you're in. There's an elite crypto trading club that I can't advertise, I can't promote publicly. I did a little video. You can click on that. You can find out what it's about. The unique DeFi opportunity. That is really the gold standard of blockchain opportunities that I have in my portfolio. And, there's, some pictures here, and you can kind of just get an idea of what it's about. And then if you want to register, then you can do that. You can go to my Facebook group. So all that information is available for anybody. And then I have a seminar that I have put together, and I usually do this at least once a year. But I'm updating it. I'm changing some things. So this is still kind of as is, but I do have some new information that I'm going to add. But you can get educated on some of the things that I do and how I do it right here. And boom, you can access my WhatsApp and get in touch with me right there. So that's just one of many websites that I have. This is for the ultimate entrepreneur. Now, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Oops, that didn't work. Where did that go? Wow, that was weird. All right, so that is one of the websites that I use to get people away from social media sometime, and to just really focus on specific platforms and seminars or masterminds that I do. So here is one. This is what I call my digital business card. And how you'll go to events and people ask you for, a card. And there are people out there that have this belief that, cards are just old school. And I said, no problem. So guess what? I created a digital business card as my website. And this is knowofme.net. So you can, check that out, learn a little bit about me. Really pretty much everything about me is on this site. Not everything, but things that I would put out there to the public is here. Okay. I do have, which I think is a beautiful thing, and I welcome and I encourage everybody to take the time to go check it out. I do have my Next Era Learning Academy and about personal development. So it's a great academy that I have on Learn Worlds. It's an actual LMS learning management software called Learn Worlds, and so you can learn all about my book called 8 Ways to Be 10 Times Better. And there's an actual workshop that I have with that. In that workshop, there's a workbook. And so you can get a free copy of that workbook. If you click on this Next Era Learning, it'll take you directly to the site, and you can go ahead and register for that course. The future of technology and networking. This is something that I did a while back. I think it was probably last year, the ignition formula. How do you ignite that fire in you, right, to move forward? And so we'll probably be using this again because it worked fine. I have key people out there that I work with literally every year. We have a conversation, we try to get in perspective of where you want to be, and then boom, we jump on it. And so if you want to know about me, you can come here and, like I said, knowofme.net, and just scroll through and you'll find out a lot of information. Emerging tech, business and career strategy, family and friends, new wealth, and the fourth industrial revolution. As you can tell, I've studied the fourth industrial revolution, and that's really why I'm so bullish on blockchain and DeFi. Strategic partnership, kicking off here. I got something going on that just started December 26th that I'm partnering with some folks out of Dubai, and we're launching that. So that's pretty exciting. Let's see, got my tech e-learning academy there. You can check that out. So everything you want to know about me literally is here. And savvy investments. So you can check out what I'm invested in is pretty much there, pure passive profits. And so if you don't have a desire to try to recruit and network market, all that kind of stuff, you don't have to, right? And don't be afraid to look at an opportunity and say no. But a lot of people say no before looking at an opportunity and still struggling through their daily lives. I had to shift my thinking on that and decided that I could always say no, right? And so I would look at opportunities, and now I look at way too many, but I use that as an understanding of the industry to stay up on top of things. And I think that's a good thing, because when I have a community on Telegram and on Facebook and, outside of that, then they're going to get hit with those same things, and they're not going to know how to handle those if they're not in this space like I am. So I try to make sure that I look at, if somebody wants me to take a look, I will take a look. But right now, I have enough passive income programs to serve all of the different risk levels. And some people have a high risk tolerance. Some people have low risk tolerance. Some people are ready to go in and make a whole lot of money in a short period of time. Your risk tolerance got to be pretty high, and you got to be willing to let that money go if it doesn't work. Those are the type of things that I make sure I have a balance, and my portfolio is very balanced. I can definitely tell you that. So this is just another website that I own as well. And when you know more about kind of what I do, and based on, like I said, the YouTube channel, based on some of the websites I'm talking about here, then you'll know that this is Team Achieve. The Team Achieve Club is something I came up with when I first kind of got over that major hump of so many hits and misses in this crypto space and this online space. It was very tricky for me at the beginning. I got over that, and I started building an amazing team with Safir and Zanique, and that was a primary shift for me. And so when I saw that evolving as it was, then I went on and created a space for us to let people understand more about the program outside of the program, right? You can go to the cookie cutter sites. You can go to and I'll show you some of that as well. They're beautiful sites and they've done a great job with it, but everybody will see the same thing and think that, it's just this, it's just this. If somebody thinks negative, then they're going to see the same thing and think negative. If they see the same thing and think positive, then that's cool too. But most people are looking for something wrong versus looking for something right. And so through my experience, that's been an issue for most of us in America. We've been hit with network marketing for years, and people talk about Amway. You can take it all the way back and move it all the way up to to today. The only difference between then and now is crypto, right? Crypto has leveled the playing field. Now, it brought more risks, but it leveled the playing field for people that are looking for opportunities outside of that traditional 9 to 5, 8 to 8 to 4, or whatever it is. That's the beauty of understanding this space, right? And that's where the coaching piece and understanding people, and then understanding where we're at in this particular time. This era is a serious space and time. And if you understand the development and you understand how blockchain works in that element, then you're going to succeed. You have a better chance of succeeding. I can't guarantee you anything, but you have a better chance, right? So that's what's up with that. This is my Team Achieve Club. And so I focus on this one with Safir and Zanique. If you don't know about the program, it's okay. Every Saturday at 9 a.m. PST, bam, I'm doing a presentation about it. I've been doing it for over a year. But there's information on this site, which is focusandlead.com. This is about the A team, which is the Achieve team. Team Achieve. Every Saturday you can come here, click on this, and you will be brought into our presentation on Saturdays. Not no stress, no pressure, just good information, right? Some new developments and things like that. Kickstart 2022. So that was my first one back in 2022. I talked about the program and Dubai to Blockchain City. I had an interview with a gentleman. I think this was last year. Yeah, it was last year. And I told him about my first experience. I lost a value of 500,000. I didn't put in 500,000 and lose it. So don't get that screwed up. I ain't like that. Now I have brought in for sales. Yeah, I brought in way more than that in sales, as far as I brought in over 8 million in one of my companies. But as far as, actual compensation, no, I didn't lose 500,000, but the value of the business and the crypto was at that level, and the company shut down on us and ran away. So anyway, if you want to know more about this one, then at least this is where you can find kind of all the information that's associated with Coach Rashid on this particular page, and some live events and things like that. All right, you can check me out on Telegram, and we got the Facebook group here. And the Telegram group is right there, and spend time in Dubai and at the event and blah blah blah. All right, so good stuff. Now, real quick, this was about this particular company here. So just to give you, like I said, a well-rounded concept of what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about, this was the primary company that I've been marketing for since June 2021. Exceptional blockchain-based company based out of Dubai. It really stands heads and tails above so many other companies that are trying to do similar things. It's stood the test of time, been around since 2018, and they are really, really solid in what they're doing, and they continue to grow and develop new products and services. They have a lot of strategic partners, and so Saphir is a marketing arm. They have exclusive marketing rights to the blockchain services and products that Zanique Technologies produces. So that's what that's all about. And so that's what I'm saying. I just want to give you kind of a well-rounded picture of my, what I do with my time in this space. Okay. And so this is just, like I said, some information about what they do and what they offer, just things like that. All right. So one of the things that happens, we know that a lot of people are online. And so my internet is acting kind of weird. And so the pages aren't moving as smooth as I want them to. So I'm trying to go ahead and jump off of this screen, and I'm gonna get on to the other. So, well, the good thing is it won't make me stay on one page too long because of the way it's acting up. So we talk about Saphir Global, and so Saphir being the marketer for Zanique, then I just want to give you a little bit of information about Zanique. Just so you know, the association, that's really, really all I'm doing here. Like I said, things are just moving so slow. Hopefully you can see that. All right. So you have Zanique Exchange, Zanique, the coin itself. They do have a blockchain. They do have a coin. It is on Uniswap, PancakeSwap, LA Token, Bitmart, and they're on CoinMarketCap if you want more information about the Zanique coin. There's a Zanique swap that's similar to the PancakeSwap and Uniswap. And so that's something that is being developed. It's live, but it's just adding more tokens and more digital assets. In the future, the Zanique decentralized exchange will be live as well. And so these are just a few things. You got a white paper if you want to read more about it. Totally up to you to do so. Ramzik is a new strategic partner with Zanique, and they are really behind the tokenization of a lot of the business that Zanique is bringing to the table, right? So they are really exceptional in what they're doing right now. This year, they have helped to produce a couple of new, really, really outstanding tokenization projects. One is tokenization of real estate, and another one is tokenization of cinema or cinematic pictures, a big screen. Literally a big screen movie has been tokenized through Ramzik and Zanique. And the beautiful thing is, as a Saphir member, all of that is made available to us before it ever, goes live, so that we can earn higher percentages of compensation on these developments. So it's really, really amazing what this company is doing. All right. So that's just a little bit more about those guys as well. So yeah, that's just some insight there. All right. So what I'm going to do before I go to speaking with Mr. Willis, because I know that he's on the road and hopefully things are good out there. The no traffic and no ice on the road and all that crazy stuff. So 2023, is Zanique and Saphir going to be still my top project? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there are some great platforms. There are some absolutely outstanding things happening in the Team Achieve arena. We are really positioned in a way that there's no real volatility that affects how our income, is coming. We are sitting in a position to where, right now there's a crypto winter, right? Around the end of the year, it gets a little sketchy on Are you going to get the returns that you were getting? If you're in Forex, if you're in crypto and you're trading, you know that there are some challenges. This year alone, 2022, there were some challenges, you know, in the crypto markets. You know, Bitcoin being the leader, everything followed Bitcoin, right? So highs and lows. And I think towards the end of the year, things kind of ended up on the low, right? Bitcoin going high as 60,000, 2021, and it never got back to that point, but it got close. But in 2022, it dropped all the way down to about 16 and some change. And so we're still riding around that area. So I really want to remind people that under the Team Achieve umbrella, you know, Coach Rashid is here to make sure that we're on a mission. We're on an absolute mission to change the game. Whereas losses are just lessons learned, because you're not going to, right, put yourself in a position where you don't make at least the money you put in any program, right? Because some of them are a little more challenging than others to understand the depth of it, right? It looks good, it checks out, we check all our criteria, and it's like, wow, this was solid. You know, you see the CEO, you see the COO, you see the developer, you see all these people, and you're like, okay, legit company doing Zooms, doing all of that. And you never know, right? So we've seen them do all of that and still walk away from the table with everybody's money. So I'm just saying, our criteria is there. We're going to do our due diligence. We're going to do what we got to do. But at the end of the day, we can't guarantee you that somebody else's company that we put our money in, just like you, is not going to walk away. Can't promise it, but what we can do is eliminate a lot of the distractions, a lot of the risks that you would normally have and the uncertainties, and say, this is how you do it. This is what you need to do. And this will make sure that you come out a winner no matter what. So that's how we roll in this year. So I would say my first, discussion topic about is Saphir's Unique the top program. It was for me in 2021. It was for me in 2022. But what I would say is they are evolving to a whole nother level. And so they're not in the same category as some of the other programs. They got the tokenization that they're just evolving with that. They got the NFTs. They're taking that to another level. They're not doing what others are doing. They're using NFTs in a whole different way, right? And I'll talk a lot more about that in the coming months. And they got coin swaps. So they got the Zonique swap. They got the decentralized exchange that is cross-chain. It's not just a smart chain. It's a smart chain with the cross-chain ability. And so you're not going to have to do a lot of the wrapping that other, swaps pretty much, strangled you with, all those fees and things like that. So these are some of the things that they're doing different that I really, I'm looking forward to that evolution. So right now, I would say that it is top on a category, but it's not the top. Trading platforms. Let's talk about trading platforms real quick. A lot of people out there, when you're not really understanding the market and you're just saying, hey, I see people talking about crypto and making money with crypto and these online ways, and they don't really study it like I've done and some others, then trading platforms are really the most prevalent. And I say trading platforms, I'm talking crypto trading. Why? Because you don't need a broker when you're dealing with crypto. You're going directly in, you put your money in and you're just hoping that you get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% a day back. You're just hoping that it works, right? I would say this, 2023 is not going to be like 2020 and 2021 or 2022, tell you the truth. 2020 was kind of the precursor. 2021, it took off. Like everybody, institutional investors jumped on board. 2022, you saw the rise of a lot of trading platforms that were not really scamming, but they were dragging you out a little bit more with, oh, we had this attack, we had a hacker, we had these faults and problems. And so they would drag you on and thinking that it'll come back. And then they say, hey, we just can't recover. Come on, guys. So there's just been a lot of different ways that we've seen that. So what I decided, the writing's on the wall. There are still good traders out there. You got bots and you have actual people trading. Can't tell you that they're all bad. No, there are some good ones, and I can show you that. But I believe you're going to have to get away from trading Forex or crypto. Stocks are always going to be around, just the way it is. Stocks are long term. I just heard a guy talk about stocks and the records of when you can be profitable and how much your APY and all that. You're talking 15 years consistently getting some type of return. And that return is averaging about 8 to 15% on its worst and best day. If you want to go that route, you roll with it. So all I'm saying is trading platforms are not going to be the golden goose that it's been in the past. Crypto, Forex, doesn't matter. They're not going to be the ones winning the game for you going forward. You're going to have to be a little more creative, and you're going to have to follow people that know what they're doing and know what they're talking about. One thing that I heard from a really good friend today was yesterday on my webinar. She said, documentation creates conversation. And I thought that was cool, because we always hear people say documentation beats conversation, right? Hey, show me that you're making money versus tell me you're making money. And I get that, but show me that this program works. And hey, let's talk about that. Maybe I'm a little more interested now. And that's what she was getting over to us on the call. Documentation creates conversation. And I thought that was a better way to talk about that. So that's what I'm saying right now is think about it. Do your research, check it out. This coming year, Forex and crypto, the markets are going to be really sketchy. So if you're making, 5 to 10% a week now throughout this next year, you may not be doing that. And I'm not saying it's going up. I'm saying you may be making a lot less. Understand the markets, understand the forecast. Like I do my due diligence. That's what I'm here for. The markets are not, going to recover like we think they are. And Bitcoin is not going to $100,000 anytime soon, right? So the people that's talking about that are literally people that's not in crypto. How crazy is that? What's your intention? So here's what I really want to leave with you guys. When you're looking at this crypto space, and when you're looking at alternative means like crypto and blockchain, Web3, NFTs, things like that, when you're looking outside of traditional finance to invest and make money and try to take care of your family and get yourself back on top, what's your intention, right? This is like I said, this is a different model for going forward in this year. It's not about your goal. What's your intention? Why are you doing this, right? Where are you want to be? And is it going to take you there, right? Can you do it over here with a CD in a bank? Can you do it with your savings? I mean, probably not, but that's an option. What's your intention? Think about it, and you can only answer that question. And then the second piece of that is this, and I talk about this in my Telegram group all the time. What's your exit strategy? In big business, right? When you become an entrepreneur, right, and you start in a certain way, and you go through accelerators, you go through incubators, there are people that create an opportunity. And part of that is, what's your exit strategy? Tony Robbins talks about it as well. What's your exit strategy, right? Him and Dean. You get in, but when are you going to get out? Do you sell your company? Do you sell your idea? Do you keep that IP, or do you invest? And at a point, get out and then live your life, right? A lot of people that I've seen when I started are still doing exactly the same thing in this crypto space. If crypto is making people millionaires in a year, 2 years, why would you still be doing this 3 years later? Because you're maybe not managing your money right, and you're so caught up in the game, you don't know how to score the touchdown. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to get you in, set your goal, what's your intention, what's your exit strategy, so you can start living based upon your earnings. What are you going to do with that, right? Pay all your bills off, whatever you want to do. It's cool. But you have to decide how long you stay in the game, because when the regulations come down, it's not going to be the same. They are going to figure out a way to restrict access to crypto in the way that we've seen it up to this point. Think about it. FTX has caused us a lot of headache with that. Gemini is put on the hot seat now. They haven't even done anything wrong. But just because FTX screwed up, now they're going after other exchanges, Coinbase. not looking good. People lost so much money with that IPO. I knew better than that. That was crazy because they're in the wrong category. It's not set up for that. So there's so much that's happening right now that you got to pay attention. If you're going to get in, but you need an exit strategy. What are you going to do with your money? You make your money, and then what are you going to do? Because in crypto, you can easily make $1 million a year. And if you do it right and you have enough going in and you have the right program, you can start making $1 million a month. Let's say $1 million a quarter. You can't be scared of the numbers because the numbers are going to come. It just depends on how you maneuver in this space, right? So that's the beauty of being in this space, is you can do it, but how well are you going to do it? You got to start with your intention. Then you definitely have to have a financial goal, because if you get to that goal, then you know where your exit is, right? Get off and go do something else that's not causing you headache. That's not where you have to wait and bite your fingernails. No, don't get into that. Just boom. So anyway, those are just some things that I talk about with small groups. And I'm going to be more exclusive in those three things in the coming months. So anyway, here's my last thing, and I'll wrap it up. Talk about 2023 in a week or so. So this is just my precursor to a conversation I'm going to have. I'm going to record it and then post up the new video and all that. I'm not going to go live. I probably will, but no, I'm going to do my official 2023 video, post that up in a couple of weeks. All right. My priority right now is a live mastermind that I'm going to do. I do it every year. I have a select group of members of my Team Achieve group, and they can invite, guests as well. And we're going to roll with our mastermind probably second week of January. So look out for that. I'm going to do a new YouTube intro, and I will be doing a little more focus on my online course, creating additional courses, and my new app. So that's what's up. That's what we're doing. This was just a chat, man. This wasn't the official, let's get it going. Let me hype you up type thing. Just a conversation I'm having with my audience. So anybody that decided to show, they showed. Anybody decided to type something in, they typed it in. And we even have Mr. Willis is here with us live. And so he says he's on the road. So I'm going to, hopefully my sound doesn't get crazy and I can actually give him an opportunity to come on and we can have a conversation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to try to make this work really good. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to take off the because I hear myself even in the background. So I'm going to turn off the YouTube one, because it won't even let me mute it. It just won't let me touch it. It's really weird.
Do you need me to turn my volume down?
No, you're fine. You're fine. It won't let. Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Okay. Let's go there. I think it did work. Okay. Willis. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I just wanted I need to turn my volume down where you're hearing yourself through my radio.
No, you're good. Okay, great. Because I just checked my I have it up on my phone and it's working just fine. So yeah, we're still good. All right. Okay. All right. I just needed to mute the other one and that helped. I should have thought about that before. Awesome. We're good. Okay, sir. Go ahead. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What you're traveling right now?
Yeah, I'm coming from Detroit, going back down to Alabama to pick my wife up. We came down for Christmas last week in the storm. But
nice.
basically though, I come across your channel 3 weeks ago when I heard about the crypto program.
Yeah.
And I had signed up under somebody else. And then I was doing my research and I come across your channel and I liked it. And then I see you got other things going on, but I'm not sure, I've been looking at some of the things you put on YouTube and I was looking for something else, but I'm real slow about what I invest in. So like I am a Nova techie. So I've been in Novotech since was it May 1st?
Okay.
Just put a little bit of money in Novotech and it's grown a little bit. So I'm not sure what the percentages is, but I've taken some money out and all that. And I know one of your videos I heard you say you weren't real big on Novotech, but it's been good. It's been good to me.
It's
And and
it's
you know,
okay.
over the last 2 months since November, their percentages have gone down. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
saying nothing nobody else knows is in it.
yeah,
But and I've been hearing you talk about the crypto winter and whatnot. But
yeah,
I am looking to diversify a little bit. But again, I've been looking for things for my extended family to get into, and they're real slow about getting that stuff. I got a couple people got in with me in Novatech,
yeah,
but I just tell them I just want to share. That's
yeah.
all I want to do. Let them know, hey, don't look up one day and I finally figured it out, and then be like, you didn't tell me. So that's the
Yep,
approach. That's the approach I take with them.
yep.
But I don't really. I'm not a builder, a team builder, nothing like that. I'm not focusing on that. But so I like the things where you don't have to, bring nobody along to make money.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
so I said all of that to say that, yeah, I am looking at some of the things that you got, that you presented on YouTube, and this one that you talked about tonight, started with the Z Zavari. I don't know how to pronounce it. I
So
kind of
here,
saw that a little bit, but I didn't understand it.
yeah.
And a couple of things out there I don't understand, and I don't put no big money in to start. So, and before I get off, what I'm saying is, you talked about the Fusion X and the Fusion Gold, and I didn't quite. It took me a couple of weeks to figure out, and a couple videos to figure out that was two different things.
Ah,
So, yeah, so I was, interested in a couple of different things, and I do like the way you present your channel. That's what I kind of wanted to say when I wanted to chime in.
oh, good. No, I appreciate that. But no, I mean that's good because it kind of at least it gives me opportunity to understand how I come across, because one of the things that let's as far as the Saphir, that one, it is complicated if you're just seeing it now. I started when they first opened up the marketing back last year, May and June. It was June, like the 1st of June. They had completed that marketing piece of it. They've been in business since 2018, but they didn't have a public marketing arm. They partnered with Saphir. Zanique is the actual product and services company. Saphir is the marketing company. And so, good friend of mine, we were in some programs previously. She said, "Hey, look, you know what? Leave that other stuff. This is the one." So I kind of held on. We hit some bumpy roads, and that one came, and I was like, "All right, let's go." And it was just amazing. It was one of the best things that's ever happened. Now, here's the beauty of that program. Um, Even though that I've been in it so long that I got in at the beginning, and there were only the hub, which is the node producing the coins. It's minting, cryptocurrency, and it's minting cryptocurrency. At that time, it was every single day, but they have a halving process as well, right? So I say that to say there was only one or two real like products that we really talked about at the beginning. You purchase a node, which is kind of the license, to mint the cryptocurrency, which everybody wants to have, the plates to mint, any currency. So that's where we were so fortunate at the beginning to get in, and the level of churn on the blockchain is very high. But just like Bitcoin, you can't have it at that level forever because then it would lose its value. And so the halving process happens over time. So now a year later, that halving process slowed down the production of the cryptocurrency. Now it's not stopped. You can still earn. I mean, it's not a problem. But I'm just saying there was only one or two products that we really talked about when we were doing the presentations. So that's where you would have been like, oh, okay, boom, that's too easy. I got it. But then a year later, now we have a whole ecosystem that's been developed from that blockchain. We got the smart chain that went live. They did a ZenCon, like a DEF CON hacker event that helps to promote new products and services on the blockchain and expose vulnerabilities. And so they know how to go ahead and create new ways to produce, right? They had a big ZenCon event in Mexico, and that was amazing. Then they have added the Zanique debit card, a crypto card. They've added the one, two, four new. There was two that were added probably earlier in the year. Strategic partners that came with their own cryptocurrency, and they brought it to the Zoniq blockchain. And so you got Avanok, which is the first one that's produced a marketplace for booking private jets and private flights and cargo flights and dedicated flights like that. And so that came along in the last year. And so we're staking Avanok tokens. And then in addition to that, we got the Tupan tokens, and that's a whole organization in itself that already had a following. They actually are partnered with a company. Their parent company is registered with the SEC in the US, which is something that's very rare when it comes to crypto. But obviously you got a parent company, and then you have the one that has the cryptocurrency that's sub or attached to it. So obviously it keeps it from becoming an issue. It's not a security token and all that. But that's just another profit center for us as Saphir Global members. So as you can tell, it was just so many things that came as the company grew. And now you're like, oh my gosh, what is he talking about? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. So, but it's a solid company. It's been, like I said, it's been around since 2018. So that just kind of sells itself. Is it's legit, it's solid, stable, and we continue to earn from it to this day. I earned over $100,000 in 6 months, in my first 6 months with that program, just for transparency's sake. I mean, it is what it is. So as far as Novatech, let me just kind of bounce that around a little bit. Every time I talk to people about, when somebody mentions it to me, or if I mention it in a conversation, I will always tell you, I don't have a problem with Novatech. I think Novatech is a rock star when it comes to this space, trading and hedge funds and crypto. I think they're doing a great job, but they're vulnerable, just like any other trading platform. The US is just not friendly to anybody. When you add crypto to your program, you got to look over your shoulder in the US. That's just the way it is. So many companies have, hey, I got a license, hey, I got registration, I got all of this in the US and wherever else. They've all got chopped up. They've all been through the grinder. And at the end of that process, they all gave up. They all gave up. Cash FX is definitely one. I was with Cash FX from start, made money for over a period of time. Hey, Nathan. And then in addition to that, you got another one called Mize Network. You have another one called IPC was there. I wasn't part of it, but IPC was there. Hyper. All these jokers have come and gone. And Novatech, I'm not going to sit here and say that Novatech is going anywhere. It's not what I'm here to do. But what I can tell you is there are so many that Novatech has lasted longer than pretty much all of them. But that doesn't, give it a ticket to last forever. But enjoy it while it's here and treat it just like any other risky trading platform. I didn't get in it because I was already in things similar. And so along the way, if somebody brought it up, it wasn't, I was just already doing something else. That was no reason why. I looked at it for some time and I just decided to do something else. I didn't have a problem with it. I still don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool. Yes, Texas has a problem with it. Yes, California has a problem with it. I'm from Texas and I live in California. So, just so you know. But a good partner of mine is in Texas, and he's a massive supporter of Novatech. So I don't have an issue with Novatech at all. But I do want people to know that every one of these have a lifespan, and you have to be careful about that. The crypto winter, it doesn't take names. It just pretty much gets to everybody, and that's why the percentages have dropped drastically over time. And believe me, I keep up with pretty much all these programs because I want to at least know what's going on. So if it's something that's still doing well, like funds is in that same category, it could be doing well, right? It may or may not be, but at the end of the day, it's well, make sure y'all hear me, because I know Nathan was here and then he left. Willis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't know if the other guy, if he was trying to talk or something, and he just, like I said, I kept talking. He probably was like, oh, I'll just leave then. but no, I mean, so just so you know, yeah, I'm good with it. I mean, I encourage people to get into the space and earn where you feel that it's right for you, right? And if I can help you in any way, I'm happy to do so. That's why I go public. I don't have a problem with talking to people about whatever it is that I'm doing and say, hey, look, just get in there, just get in there. But I'm gonna give you, uh-huh,
Rashid, I do got one other question.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I know you don't give advice as far as that goes, but I got one
hmm
other question though. Being the end of the year and
hmm
being that I didn't take out enough to affect me, but I have taken crypto out, and I'm just learning November, December that it's coming out of Coinbase where I took most of it out,
okay,
and I've used Coinbase, Robinhood, basically, and I've heard negatives and pros about both. But
hmm
as far as when I get to the point where I take a lot out and it's going to be affecting the taxes that I got going on.
right.
Do you got any suggestions on that? Because I understand you're supposed to have like a way to track what you put in, what you take out. I understand that part about first in, first out, and all them kind of things like that. But is there, you got any thoughts on that?
You know what? Here's yeah, the tax piece is always it comes up. It comes up. One of the things that I've been tracking is that the new policy that was kicked out, Biden is an interesting character, that's for sure. And one of the things he's definitely started, trying to get involved with crypto in some form or fashion. He's trying to, regulation is really the buzzword that they're using to try to figure out how do we get our handle on this. And I think the biggest problem, and I'll talk a little bit about the taxes and why I'm kind of going this route. I look at as much as I can on what's going on and will it affect my crypto when I want to convert it to fiat. Because as long as it's crypto, you're good. But when it becomes fiat, then you have a taxable event. I listened to a few people that have some background in taxes and blockchain and crypto. For information purposes, I want to know, kind of what's going on, what's the liability here, what's my vulnerability, so on and so forth. I do not convert my crypto into fiat as a matter of course. I don't do that because I am very I'm a little afraid about doing that at the level of going out and buying a car or whatever, something like that. So I decided that until I get to a whole nother level, I'm talking some crazy level, I'm going to keep it in crypto. Why? Because I have other incomes. Hey, Markia, how you doing? Welcome. All right. Hey, I'm gonna put you on mute right quick, but if you got something you want to talk about, feel free to jump on in. So I've looked at that. So one of the things that is interesting, there was a talk about a $600 limit on reporting transactions of funds, right? So what was happening is everybody in the regulatory area, this is a US thing. They're trying to figure out, how do we track this? I appreciate you being here. They're trying to figure out, how do we track this? Because we can't regulate it properly. We just can't figure that piece out. So how do we track and how do we start this ball rolling with people in the US that's dealing with crypto? Because one, we're probably losing a lot of money because they're kind of outside of the normal system. And two, if they're not reporting it because they are using it in whatever way they want to, we're losing a lot of money. So how do we capture it? So they said, hey, look, financial institutions, we can regulate you. So they forced the financial institutions and anybody that's money handling, period. Just like in Nigeria and some other places, they went to the money handlers, the money exchangers. They went to the outside the banking system to force them to provide information. That's what they were trying to do here, but they couldn't get it right. Even they rolled it out and said, look, if you have transacted more than $600, banks, you have to report this. And so we saw an uptick in, KYC in the US and how they do it. And I was like, man, this is crazy. Because $600, what it used to be, right? And this is where the tax thing comes from. Where it used to be is if you had a collection of and this didn't happen. If your CPA or your tax people that do your taxes, they know this stuff, but we didn't really get involved in this piece. So they're looking at your information. They see receipts, they see, expenses, they see whatever you have give to them. If you had something that was aggregated outside of your normal, transactions that added up to more than $20,000, then it had to be reported. Now they went from 20,000 all the way down to $600. Think about that burden on one, the people that's doing the taxes, but two, how do you figure out what's qualified or not? Right. And so PayPal, they got in the game, the crypto game, they got into it in one level, but they left it in another level. But a little tricky, but they are a massive player when it comes to funds transactions. So bam, if you transact through PayPal because you got an old t-shirt that you want to sell, somebody sends you, PayPal you the money, bam, you send them the shirt for $20, $30. Guess what? That adds up to $600 on PayPal. Now you got to report it, right? So if crypto has creeped into any of these sections, now they're like, hey, we're going to put the ruling on these financial institutions or money handlers, right? Because they're not all banks. They could be a PayPal, they could be a Venmo, they could be a Cash App. And we're going to demand that you guys, because we're regulating you, tell us who's moving this kind of money. And that's where you run into, oh, wait a minute. On my tax return last year, they asked the question, have you transacted crypto? They didn't say how much, and they didn't say where it came from. They just wanted you to admit that you're doing crypto. Then this year, hey, where's the money coming from? They're just building it up. Hey, we hired 87,000 more IRS people. We're going to figure out how to get our money that you aren't paying us, right? So in a nutshell, I know that's a long way around. I actually am part of a private investment club, and part of that, a big part of it is one of the persons that created the structure for that organization is like the top, like he's like the top 10 of tax consultants for blockchain and crypto in the US and probably globally. I mean, this guy he's not even in the US, by the way, but he's a Canadian. So they give us, literally, this is how we're doing it for our members. So I still do research, but I didn't have to go outside to do that because I was already part of this private club that provides that information to us and a way to do it. Now, I'm in a nutshell. Let me give you an idea of what you could do. So my thing is this, and I'm just being transparent, man, because we're having a conversation. My thing is, when I get to a point where I can take $50,000 in crypto and put it into an account, and that if it's in USDT or you could be, Bitcoin, whatever it is, I want to be able to put it into an offshore account, leave it in that offshore account, and create for myself a structure that supports an offshore lifestyle but being onshore, if you understand what I'm saying. So there are many, many ways to do that, and it's all legit. It's all legal, and people have been doing it forever because they had the money to do it with. Most of us never had the money to do it with, so we weren't really concerned about it. Now, I'm very, very committed to making sure that information is available, because I'm creeping up on a point to, wait a minute. I need to make sure that I don't get hit from a taxable event when I decide to do the things that I'm planning to do, right? And so that attraction is unnecessary. Now I need to go ahead and learn where I can make this work right. And that's why it was so important when the guy started to talk about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so right on time. And so, this time, in a few months from now, then that information has become very valuable to me. and I'm able to go ahead and secure that without having the fear of a taxable event because of how I'm going to set that up. And now I have an avenue for that. So I don't have all the information because it's very, very technical and it's detailed, but I have access to that through a private group. So right now, no, I wouldn't be able to go into like, hey, this is what you need to do. But I do know of some places that will work for you that are not that are equivalent to that. Just say that, and I can definitely connect you with that.
Right. I totally I understand what you're saying. And that was a big help. Everything you just said, that was a big help, and eye opener and ear opener and all of that. And
good.
So just to be transparent, so I understand that, like with Coinbase, I got a debit card. With Robinhood, I got a debit card. If you use those debit cards, that is actually a taxable event.
That's right.
You use that debit card. But now, like, so the part that I don't, you might not know the answer to this, but I'm just saying this out loud. So I take and deposit some money in the Robinhood or Coinbase. That money goes on my debit card too. I pull some money out of crypto. That money goes on my debit card too. So how the heck do they transpire between the two transactions? I mean, so like I go, I mean, that's what I mean. I put some paperwork involved in there somewhere, but but I see that, and so I do understand that. And so my family members ask me, that got in the Novatech with me and whatnot. They say, well, did you pull your money out? I said, yeah, I pulled some money out. And then so I leave a little bit of that off because they're not getting involved. But the ones that do get involved, when they decide to pull some money out, I do mention to them, look, you need to do a little research on what you need to do and be involved because, you're creating a taxable event. I do, and before they put money out, I do let them know that kind of thing and tell them I'm doing research, but I don't know the answers. Talk to your CPA, and I know my CPA don't have the answer because of what she did for me last year. So that's why I asked, because I haven't found anywhere.
No. So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm sure everybody on YouTube is gonna know this now. But here's what this is the simple starting point. The starting point. Move away from an exchange. I have access to Coinbase. I started with Coinbase way back in the day, and it was great before they had, the very strenuous KYC and all that kind of stuff. And it was just very simple. Unfortunately, by using that, I learned the hard way of what they were doing and what they were complying with. Coinbase is more connected to the fiat world than Gemini. And both of them, Gemini have been around longer, but Gemini didn't say, I want to go public. Coinbase wanted to go public. They did it through the SPAC, but think about that for a second. You have blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, immutable, that's peerless, peer-to-peer, what's the, it's not, it's anti, traditional finance. So you're taking a blockchain-based company that's supporting crypto for so many people, the largest in the world, and you're taking it into a fiat environment to regulate it. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but that's just a recipe for no, not me. So if you want to be tracked more, then participate in that. If you want to stay out of the tracking, then go non-custodial, right? There's argument on how custodial, non-custodial, because money has to be, custody is going somewhere, right? So non-custodial is kind of like a misnomer of it's just a play on words, really. But the closest you can get is obviously your cold wallet, the Trezor wallet, or one of those. But if you know you're going to be utilizing those funds, then the closest thing to, it's not a hot wallet because exchanges are hot. You have the warm, which is your non-custodial category. Those are under like a trust wallet, like an Exodus, like a MetaMask, SafePal, and there's a few others out there. Those are the ones that will keep you you're still a little bit behind the curtain, but you're not exposing yourself like you are on an exchange. An exchange is exposing everything you got. PayPal exposes everything you got. Robinhood and Webull, you want to get away from those as quick as you can. The only thing that I would recommend from personal experience is Trust Wallet, Exodus Wallet, and I recommend that very highly. SafePal, I don't use it, but I was on some webinars some time ago, and these guys they were committed to that is the only wallet they would ever use because of the security features and everything. So something about SafePal seems to be a really good one as well. All of these use third parties. They're not connected to anything that's going to get you in trouble. Like an exchange, right? Exchanges, they're regulated. They have to do what they're told to do. That's why the KYC is part of that program.
So,
Exodus and
So I totally understand what you're saying, because I use Exodus, and I used Exodus to get into the crypto program, but I understand what you're saying. It's like if you use your debit card to get in buy some on Exodus, you're gonna go through MoonPay or the other one. I can't think of the name of it. So, but I guess the part that I'm not understanding though is if I'm using if I'm using Exodus by itself, but when I still want to go and pull money out, that's the part where I'm missing. I'm still seeing I gotta go through one of the other ones to get the money out that's gonna create that taxable event, unless I just haven't learned that part yet.
No. You're absolutely right. Because our accounts are attached to exchanges, and really those are the only ways that we've understood that that the end of that the other side of the sword, so to speak, is I gotta attach my bank account to an exchange in order to onboard into the crypto space. And when I use any of these other wallets to hold or transact crypto, as soon as I need to take it out, I got to go right back over there and take it out. No, that is very true. Now, there are solutions to that as well. And no, I haven't put it online. I only put it into my Telegram group. I am actually currently building the presentation. They already have some, but I always, tailor mine. I have a program right now that you can utilize their debit card that's not associated with any exchange. It's associated with an actual bank. So you do kind of have to go through all of that process, but it's an international bank. That's one. Two, they're regulated on the country that they're based in, but it has a level of confidence, I would say, when it comes to these type of things. So when I talk about offshore, this is like that in between offshore and onshore, because a debit card is not really, attached to any of those. So you do have an area where you can send your funds to that account. It goes onto your debit card that's not attached to any of those things, and you can do whatever you want to with your money from that point forward. So that's why I was so excited about somebody contacting me a couple of weeks ago saying, we're about to launch this. We got this debit card, but it's an actual premium lifestyle membership with a digital card. And I was like, oh, okay. So I started looking at that and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's got everything. So I hadn't even posted up a video yet. They're doing webinars every day, but that right there to me was something that I knew people that are making money in this crypto space, this right here solves that problem. If you want to go purchase whatever you want, it happens inside the processing of that transaction, which is through that card. So you're not identified. It's kind of like a VPN through the card, right? you're protected because it doesn't associate it with you. So your transaction is done, but behind the scenes, the conversion in the process, it doesn't track it to you. So that's interesting because they have their company, they have the institution, they have literally, the regulated parts, they handle all of that. So when if there's an issue or whatever, it goes straight to them and they handle it because we're protected under the structure that is created. Then we're handling our crypto, we're converting it, we're doing all that in our card, right? I mean, it's all like, within seconds, it's gone. But you can load up your card and do whatever you want to with it without running into that taxable issue.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So now, okay. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm all in. I ain't got the level yet. I ain't got the level yet where I have to worry about it. But I'm trying to get there.
No, we all, we on this road. We on this road together.
Yeah, my dad told me a long time ago. He said, "Look, but I don't believe I have to pay 30% taxes on this a little bit."
No, you're right. Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit, but I caught part of that. I'm the same way. I don't see a reason to give away money when the people that have money are able to get around paying all those taxes. Well, why can't I? And I could do it legally. I'm doing it legit. There's nothing illegal about getting around the taxes. It's illegal not to pay the taxes that you're due, but there's nothing illegal about working around the taxes. And you may pay, like I said, 5% versus 30%, but there is something. Now, if you have the ability and you have the credits built up, and this is something that I've done for years, you have enough credits to offset your taxable income. It doesn't matter what you're putting in there. You just have to be able to raise the level of credits above your taxable income, and boom. And that's how you win every time. You're not going to stop paying taxes. It's just that you're just not going to pay because of the offset that you've created within the system. Nothing illegal about that. And I'm not giving legal or tax advice. I'm just saying this is stuff that you can just search the web and find out. This ain't tax advice or investment advice. This is legitimately a way that you can save yourself a lot of tax headaches if you know how to do it. So this is good stuff, man. But now you were breaking up earlier. Was there something else that you were saying?
No, I was just commenting about the taxes. If you heard me say that, my dad told me that as long as you making money, you paying taxes. Ain't no reason to pay 30%. That's what I was saying. So I don't have a problem making money and paying taxes. That's what I was trying to get across.
Oh yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And that's something, even with the group that I'm with, when they have the actual tax calls, the guy, he says it over and over. He says, look, we are not here to try to tell you to evade taxes. You don't ever want to be trying to evade taxes. He says, no, in your country, if it says you have to pay XYZ, then guess what? If you don't have things in place, then that's what you have to do. But we are going to show you what you need to do. And then you may still pay taxes, but you'll just pay reduced taxes because you're doing exactly what we tell you to do. And like I said, I can get into all of that, but that group is it's much harder to get into now. It wasn't before because they were just kind of starting out. They had just rebounded from some losses, and so they just kind of opened it up to everybody for like a week, and they were like, we're closing the doors after that, and they shut it down. But what they did is they raised the minimum from $500 up to $27,000, and so it's the value is there. I still have people that are interested. I didn't even market or promote it at first. I just was like, I'm just going to do my thing. After a while, I was like, man, this is good. I talked to a couple of guys and they were like, yeah, that's worth it. And I was like, wow. So that's why I started to really think about it in a different way. Because it was just I mean, the money, it was just, it just didn't stop. It just kept growing and growing and growing. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. Like, where y'all been? Um, but I said, you know what? People need a place to put that money. And I said, I gotta have, I have the programs that are set up. I'm so thankful that I've gotten beyond those hypes and those sketchy ones and all that. There are a lot of high risk stuff out there that, yeah, I know about them. I can talk to you about them. If somebody wants it, not a problem. I have two guys right now that's like, hey man, we've been making money. We're doing okay. I got about 2,000 that, you know, give me a high risk one. Give me something that, if it's paying, I'm not gonna just throw my money away, but do you got something that is been doing? I said, yeah, I'm tracking a couple of them. I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm telling you, I have a special group that I created not too long ago because of the just the demand. And I was like, wow, people are actually doing the right thing. So now they're like, hey, can we check this out or can we check that out? And I said, all right. So I'm tracking a couple of things. I had an emergency. I had to go back home was it last week? And so I was out for about a week. And I get back and I'm like, wow, okay, questions and just everything. So I had taken a little break from this one and I was testing it for a couple of weeks to see if they were going to do what they're going to do. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. The track record blew my mind. Like I was like, this can't be real. Private, like I said, private trader doing this thing and said they've been doing it for, so long. I meet people all the time online. I don't know them, and that's fine. It is what it is. And I said, well, you know what? Let me track this for a little bit. The first week that I was tracking, because I saw some of the evidence of the previous weeks. They give a report at the end of the week. First one I tracked, it did about 76% return in that week. And I said, oh, okay, wow, that's okay. So the next week I'm tracking. I got it, checked it out, did a couple of deposits to test it out. Next week came back over 40%. I said, okay, that's a big drop, but can't see you doing, that every day. Um, the average was over 5% a day. And that's literally been all the information, people that, talked to me about it, recommended it, whatever, everything. And that's like average, right? That's a high risk opportunity. Just, but some people say, hey, look, I'll try it out. If I get the returns, cool. If not, I tried it, move on. So I got high end. I got some that are $10. Get in, try it out, see if you like it. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to make sure I have it available for everybody because a lot of people get burnt and they don't want to leave the game, but they're just a little scared to dive in. And so something in $10, getting you 2% or 1% a day, between 0.5 to 0.8. I mean, those are, people will kind of roll back in a little bit. So I try to make sure I have a balance there. The long-term stuff, the things that are in the category of like a Novatech, right? Long-term. The one thing I didn't like at the time was the conversation that Copy Pro traders and what was that other one? Kiwi Smart Trade. There was some FX Velocity or something. I mean, these guys. So what they were doing, and I was literally on. I think it was Telegram. I was following this one lady that was in Novatech, and she was tracking, every week, okay, 3%, and whatever. But the focus was on compounding, and it didn't dawn on me. I was like, no, give me 3% a day, give me 2% a day. I don't need to have to keep flipping it. I want to take my money out. And it didn't really work on me because, just the space that I was in was more high yield stuff. And after I looked back, I said, wait a minute, that is the way to go. Like that's how I need to operate. Now, and I totally don't get too deep into this. This is something that I really talk about in very small circles. But when you're building your portfolio, you have to know where you are. Like financially, where are you today, tomorrow, next day, and so on and so forth. Do you have a recurring income? Do you have a means to last between this program, the next program, the next program? A lot of people are just looking at today and they're trying to recover from something that, you know, damaged them. And they use emotion and it messes them up. Never been an issue for me because I understood what I was doing when I got into that one or that one or that one, right? And now I just do it in a different way. I have an actual kind of criteria laid out. And so one of the major things about a portfolio, it's no different than a stock portfolio or Forex, crypto, you know, commodities, whatever you want to do, you still have to do the exact same thing. You have to have something that's going to run no matter what else happens. It is still running continuously. You're still earning continuously. That is your staple. That is not a day-to-day. That is not your primary program, right? That's just that low risk, low return. But if it compounds, that's just a plus. But compounding is a tricky thing. Some people say that's a big no-no. Some people say, look, you have to take your money out and you can reinvest it. That's legal. Some people say it's illegal to take your money and automatically put it back in. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know. But some do it automatically, some do not. So that's an interesting twist as well. Most of the ones that automatically reinvest your funds don't last. I don't know if you heard about Pegasus. So Pegasus was one of those because of how they operated, right? So anyway, not to get into to those, but that was a turning point for me. Pegasus was the turning point for me. But no, I just, you know, I don't want to, like I said, I'm not gonna get, because a lot of those things that when I get into specific, you know, formula type things, that's really, really reserved for a mastermind that I have a select group of people that, because the conversation gets really, it goes everywhere. It goes everywhere. And I have to believe that people can handle that conversation. I'm surprised Pegasus last. No, Pegasus was great. I'm not even tripping. I slept on Pegasus. I signed up and didn't do nothing for like 2 months. And I was pissed because I'm like, I missed like 60 days of this. Came back strong, but I was very upset. I missed out on a lot of that. I'm gonna tell you just real quick. I literally, this is how crazy. I talk to a lot of guys in the YouTube, you know, space, influencers and people in the YouTube. And you know, we change ideas and we follow each other and all that kind of stuff. So it's no secret. But what's crazy is I remember I saw Pegasus because it's coming off the back of another program that didn't work out. I said, I got to find something, you know, not as, it's got to be a little more lower risk, but 1.5% was like, man, that's crazy. So I was like, I don't know. You know, I was a little sketchy on it, but I liked it. It was different. Right. And I said, okay, only Bitcoin. I said, I didn't like Bitcoin. I used Litecoin. So I was kind of like, I mean, as far as the, you know, receiving Bitcoin, I you know, it had over 40 that you could put in, but it only gave you Bitcoin. And I was like, man, I want my Litecoin. I don't want Bitcoin. So it was just little things that I just like, but then I signed up and I just go on, you know, I'm on YouTube, I'm looking at a video and I'm like, I like that. Sign up, check it out. I contacted another partner that's massive dude in the YouTube, you know, space with hypes and all these things, crypto. And I said, hey man, have you looked at this? Yeah. We're not going to talk about, you know, COTPS. Lord knows we're not talking about that one. we would be here all night. So I got into Pegasus and I talked to one of my partners and I said, hey man, what do you think about this? And he didn't readily respond. And so I said, oh, well, if he didn't really respond, I didn't worry about it. And I moved on, and I was doing something else. And I think it was around the time of, Metafee yielders and like that. So, we were making money with that. So we, didn't really care about that other one. And so 2 months go by, and I look up and everything else is gone. Yep. COTBS is gone. SwapNext is gone. Metafee is gone. Right. And I did a video with the CEO, if you remember, and I probably took it down by now because I don't keep my stuff up. Some people, they don't care. I'm like, I care. So I take mine down. So anyway, yeah, Pegasus was interesting. I made a lot from Pegasus, so I'm not mad at them. And then there was another one called CGI came after that. That was similar. It lasted for probably about 3 months or so. And so those, like I said, I learned from those. I make a little money from them, but I always tell people, look, you got a lifespan here. You can't, this is not your staple. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get in it, that's your choice. But I'm not going to sit here and do videos and stuff about them as if they're going to last, because they're not. But man, look, that guy from Metafee Yielders, I can't even talk about it. It's, if you talk to some of the people that I talked to right after I did the video, I was like, man, I'm crazy. Why did I do that? I was like, no, that was not the move to do, because I said, I cannot be associated with this guy. I know what's about to happen. Now, it didn't happen for another 3 months, but the writing was on the wall from day one. You know why? I don't know if he was in futures trade, but futures trade came around January, February. That model was replicated by Metafee Yielders. The guy did exactly the same thing. Even the website, the colors used were exactly the same. He had the same type of plans, business plans, on investment plans. All that stuff was playing. I'm gonna tell you what me and all the other guys in the space said. If he increases the ROI and offers a new program, we're out. Time's up. It's over. What did he do? Yep. He offered a 4% plan. You saw the writing on the wall. So yeah, we got out of that one. I got out of that one big. I did really good in that one, but I was very upset with myself because I just knew that was, I was like, no way. Why? But every person that I knew that had a following, they were in that program. I'm talking massive. I'm talking people that's making $100,000 a month types. They were in Metafee because they had so many people that interviewed this guy, and he played like he didn't know what was going on, and he was getting a license and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, I ain't talking about that. Anyway, good energy, baby. Good energy for 2023 is what we're doing. I don't mind. One day I may get with the guys and we get on and we have a call and we talk about those things that are past. I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is, but what I would recommend at this point is definitely Mr. Willis. I would tell you this. I got something. I'm just trying to make sure they're, like any other thing, when it starts off, it's got some little quirks and things that they're working out with the debit card. And it's a great program altogether. They are having a launch right now. So I will definitely get some information to you. If you want, I don't know, like I said, if you're driving, you may not be able to jot down, like I said, you can hit me up on Telegram, because that's where all my stuff is. And I can get you more information. Or if you, I don't know if you can, because I haven't put up a video yet. I'm working on doing that, but they still got some little kinks they're working out. But they have a pre-launch going on, and that pre-launch, normally it's $99 for the joining fee, and it's only $39. And you got these bonuses, man. It's crazy. It's like massive stuff they're doing. Really, really, they're offering some good things. So I really want to make sure that anybody's in this space making money, this is a safe way to do what you got to do with your money.
Well, I do want to say that sometime in the future, I wanted to try to get involved with the programs that you got going on, get into your space. I haven't been able to figure out how to get into your space yet. I am subscribed to your YouTube channel, but I haven't been able to figure out where your Telegram channel is yet. And I know that's supposed to be simple to do, right? But
it is simple. It is simple. It's on my description of every video.
Okay. I'm gonna look down there. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get into that when I get down there tomorrow morning. I'll look that up, and
Okay.
and I will holler back at you, because I like I said, I appreciate everything you gave me a lot of information, and I'm gonna be trying to figure out how to get me an offshore account. That's no advice. That's no whatever. But
Yeah. I'm planning to I'm gonna try to get more information in on that, and I may be able to maybe try to do a video or something. And if I can get somebody to maybe jump on with me and interview them or something, so because that's something that we all need, and that's something that I'm looking to do, like I said, for the people in my circle, making that available and giving them that value, right? And that's so I'm looking at doing that as well. Getting that, where even if it ain't the ones that I'm working with directly, because they kind of expensive, then I may be able to. There's other, like I said, Delaware is a location, Wyoming is another location. They do the same thing, and put the protections around you, but it's just done a little differently because they are onshore, but they still are able to protect you, just like the offshore side is as well. So I think that's something I'm gonna put on my list of putting together, that if I can get somebody that will jump on a call, and maybe if I have to record it or if I can do it live and do some Q&A, that might be, because if they think they're going to get some business, they might jump on for free. So definitely put that on my list of big projects, is get somebody on a call that can talk to those things in depth.
Well, like I said, I appreciate the phone call. I mean, the Zoom call tonight. And when I saw you pop up live on YouTube, I was like, let me get on this Zoom call. I ain't got nothing else to do. I wasn't doing nothing but watching YouTube. I am watching the movies riding down here anyway. So I ain't gonna get to my mother-in-law until about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I wasn't doing nothing but watching movies. I watched me some Yellowstone a little while.
Yeah.
But anyway, I appreciate you. I'm gonna mute my call till you end it now.
All right. Well, hey man, I appreciate that. Hey, Marquis, I appreciate you being on. Hopefully you're subscribed to my channel as well. And if you, like I said, if you look in the description of any of my videos, then normally I'll have it close to the top, Telegram group. If you are on Telegram, if you just look up Passive Income Pros, PROS, then that's my channel. And after that, if we're working together, if we're on, in one of the programs together, then I'll absolutely go ahead and add you to, like I said, I got a smaller group that I kind of go in on strategies and things that I'm doing that I'm not really talking about, things like that. Talk about money, talk about, how much I made today, this day, and all that, just really showing people like, look, this is real. Like, I'm not just out here doing YouTube videos. This is really happening. A lot of times we show, especially with like Crypto Program, for instance. With Crypto Program, it is a monthly program. With a couple of other ones that are my top performers, they're monthly programs. And so with that, you have to be creative. Okay, how do I show people that it's working without having to wait 30 days, wait 30 days. It's a little more challenging, because within that time frame, you have people that may be looking for something today. Maybe they need to make money today because they just lost some money yesterday. And, so there's some balance there. And so everybody's not going to jump on a monthly program. But when you look at Crypto Program and then you compare it to so many other things, it's like, yo, if I got $550 and I put it on today, next, Monday or Tuesday or next week, can I do that again? And then all of a sudden you start to figure out, oh, wait a minute. It is a monthly program. It is more stable. They're paying about 0.75, 0.8% a day, because it's 25% a month. Then how do I get paid more often? Now it's not a monthly program again. So after the first 30 days, you can start making money every week. Oh, wait a minute. I can add a little bit in between time because I got some profit. I can take that profit and reinvest, purchase some more packages. And now all of a sudden you see yourself making money, 2, 3 times a week. You don't have to make it every day. But what if you could make money on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because you strategically placed your purchases in order to do that on a continuous basis? So these are the things that a lot of people, they ask monthly program. And I was the same way. Um, Marquis, I hear you. Oh man. Yeah. So right now, before I walk away, before I shut it down, oh wow, there's somebody on my YouTube channel. They're, trying to figure out how to write, I guess. But anyway, yeah, crypto program is probably the best option today. You did, oh yeah, Willis, you asked me about a couple of things. One was FX markets live. No, FX markets gold. I say that wrong every time. FX markets gold is trading on the Forex market. They got 4 traders that are performing. They're performing up to 15% a week. They only did 4 days last week, I guess because of the holiday or whatever. Came back with about 8%. Now for mine, I got about 5% in one day, and that's why I did the video. So I got about 12% out of the week. So I'm not sure, what's going on. The FX Fusion experience. So Fusion experience, I really, really like what they're doing. There are people out there that don't like what they're doing because they've had some hiccups. They really, really had some challenges with some things at the beginning, and a lot of people just gave up. It's not a big deal. It's not a primary program. Therefore, I don't sit here and cry about it. I hear people on YouTube, they're not this, they're not doing that. Oh, they changed this and they changed that and whatever. It's still 3 weeks in. It's still, I'm like, whatever. So it's still, I think it's still a quality program because they are addressing these issues. They are looking at everything. They're saying, hey, wait a minute. Are we going to have problems with this in the long term? We better go ahead and fix this. We thought we had this where it needed to be. It wasn't. So we need to come back and we need to fix it. And that's what they're doing. And it just happened to be one thing. And then it was another thing. And it was another thing. We had to redo this. We had to redo that. I'm going to tell you, I'm not happy with it. I'm frustrated that I had to go back and do so many things. But the team, it's only a few people because we just started. I didn't go hard. I said, well, you know what? Let me wait until things get in order before I come back and really push this out there. Put some videos out there, let people check it out. Whoever wanted to jump in, it's early. Let's go. But there are some changes. There are some challenges. You got to go through this Trust Wallet. You got to go through Tronlink. You got to finally, I think they've figured it out. And unfortunately, they did it in crypto winter. They did it at a time where everything is dropping. And so the returns are very low. People are complaining, oh my gosh, we're not getting much return out of this thing. Well, okay, but let things kind of level off a little bit and we'll see that they're doing okay. I don't think they're going to be better or worse than anybody else out there. But I think they're going to have a consistent and a solid program. When I told you, got to have something running that's consistent, low risk, low return, but consistent, automatically reinvesting. Something like this, perfect. That's what Fusion Experience does for me. And I have people in my teams. I got 2 or 3 leaders that have massive teams in another program with me. They're over in Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa. They're excited because they say, hey, look, a lot of people have been burnt. This one says $10 to get in. We can definitely get people to try it out. And we think that these guys are legit. Like they have the license and registration in Nigeria and they have it in the US. So they're like, we'll definitely give it a shot because this other one is actually going down right now. and we really need something. And they like what this one is doing, and I do too. So it's affordable for everybody. And I believe that it's gonna help build the confidence back. So FX Fusion Experience, I think, is going to be a quality, platform. I could be absolutely wrong, but I think it's going to be a quality platform. NGBot, hedge fund AI. My honest opinion, it's on the ropes. Been on the ropes for a month. I'll be surprised if it comes back as it is. I do not believe that everything is what it seems. So the verdict is still out on what's going to happen in the future. But you know what? Balanced portfolio, I shift. I don't stay in one place. I keep it moving. Things that are working, that's what I focus on. Things that's not working, I have something to replace it. I keep it moving. That's what I do. Okay. So I would not be worried about deposit or returns in NGBot or hedge fund AI. Don't lose no sleep over it. Is what it is. It's doing exactly some of the things that we've seen in the past. For others, they just kind of stretch you along and let you down easy over time. If they come back, like I said, I'll be surprised. That's all I can really say about that one. But other than that, hey, we got some beautiful programs. I have created a whole new group for deeper dives into some of these things. The Infinity Club cards, top notch, awesome stuff. Just launched. So for anybody dealing in crypto, anybody earning crypto, you definitely want to get you one of these cards. I mean, Novatech is, I have a lot of people from Novatech in different things that I'm doing because they, the diversification of it. Now that I have this crypto card, everybody should be getting a card. Everybody. You can have a virtual card. You can have a physical card, metal card, gold card. Hey, if you got $40,000, you can get you a platinum card. I don't know why you want to pay that much, but hey, you got it like that. But yeah, that's what's up. Hit me up, like I said, on Telegram. I mean, you can just reply on one of my YouTube videos. It's fine. Just get in touch with me. Let me know what I can do for you, and definitely I will do that. But I do recommend the Infinity Club card. When I haven't put the video out yet, but I am going to be working on that. I'll get that produced probably within the next week. I'll have something out. I have it in my Telegram group, but I just haven't put it out to the world yet. All right. So it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. I had no intentions on being on here for 2 hours, but hey, it's been great. Really, really appreciate the conversation. Had a good time with it. Great questions. Great dialogue. And like I said, thank you guys. Thank you. Hey, the pleasure is mine, my friend. The pleasure is definitely mine. It's a new year, and we're here to serve. This is what we do. But I tell you, by the end of this year, anybody that's rolling with me, man, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world, man. And things are looking so good. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys being on. Hey, let's take it to another level. Get in touch with me. I promise you, this is our year. Man, look, you ain't got to cross your fingers. You just need the strategy, a 90-day plan, and you are set. I'm gonna tell you, done. So